So After Effects will create one specific city. Uh, Blender will create um, flies throughs through a whole bunch of other cities, such as New York, Los Angeles, Berlin, London, Moscow, um, all these really kind of interesting looking cities. Um, and that's kind of what Blender is for. Blender is a much more of a beast to learn, um, but it's doable. You just learn them. That's it's just part of the game. Um, Blender is not really used with the high-end studios, um, but it is it's freeware, and they don't use it in the high-end studios because they use more software. They use probably proprietary software, and they all node-based. So think, keep that in mind. What they do use quite a bit, or a variation of this, is Nuke, and Nuke is another node-based software that is pretty amazing. Highly expensive. We're gonna use it for some stuff in there, stuff that After Effects doesn't do really, really well, or you need more specific control over an object. That's what we're gonna use Nuke for. Then there is Cinema 4D, which I haven't loaded up on this computer yet. Um, that's another modeling, animation, and rendering object. It creates, another visual effects software. Okay, back to After Effects. Hit on new composition. I'm going to call this Sharon City. Set duration to 20 seconds. That's good. That would be about the fly through time. All right. So we're going to do everything's going to go on a solid. And we're going to call this E3D because it's for element. Name really doesn't matter, but it's easier just to remember where you're going to. Give that a second. Then you actually pull up element. Plop that in there. That's actually loaded onto this layer. Um, Everything we're going to do is, and this thing's going to be loaded into group 1. So I'm going to hit on scene setup. I'm going to take off the draft textures. Good to go. And I'm going to pull up some city blocks. Earlier one today, we just pulled in buildings, tossed them into here, played around with them, um, got the lighting I wanted correctly, and um, I liked it. But I'm just going to make life easier for me, and it's going to load these street views here. One, two, three, four, five. And we don't use street layer 2 because that's got a goof in it. So they're all, what you see now is they're all kind of stacked up on each other. Don't worry about it. Looks like a mess. Looks like if I actually designed a city, that's what it would look like. So we're gonna give it a little life to it and change the environment to city kind of environment, give some stuff to reflect off of there. Kind of a nighttime view to it. Looks cool. We're gonna take, now all these are in group folder 1. Make sure they loaded them up correctly. Yes. So I'm going to take them out of group folder 1, pull them out, and delete the group. Okay. Now, what it does is just stack them into one layer. Don't worry about that. We're going to go click on OK. We'll show you how they separate them in a bit. It's just a way that Element configures its uh, views. So we're going to hit on OK. This is going to load. Still going to give you look, making it look like it's the one layer. Oh, let's put a camera on there. That's fine. Camera 1. Good, good. Camera 1. Thank you. So I'm going to take the camera. So you got just one layer that has how it looks now. Go back into E3D. And you can see, let's move around here. You can see as you're coming through different sets, everything in the first major battle scene is going to be on top of a roof. And you're saying, well, these roofs are already created. Yeah, but you get real close to them and it's not good. You get too close, it's going to mess up on you. Let me get rid of full render so it makes it easier to look at. So we're going to pull this back and we're going to go into group one. We're going to do the particle replicator. Thank you. We're going to go into we're going to make this a plane. Okay. Now we're going to go into, um, let's see, let's say the grid is 12 by 12, so we're going to make it out to 144. Now we got a big mess. So I'm going to leave it with that look there. Move down to the particle count. We're going to go into the shape scale, and we're going to start expanding this. Give a few seconds for my computer to relax and breathe. We're just expanding everything. See, now everything's separating. Separating more. Now you can also animate this. So um, if you wanted to go through a timeline and animate this, you can make it look like the city's actually expanding all the ways out to getting there. Whoop. Okay. So now as you can see, oop, it really didn't like me there today. Okay. That's looking good. What are we going to do next? I'm going to rotate the images. Find where it is. Go particle rotation. There we go. We're going to go on the y-axis. And if you watch the buildings, I was going to ask it to randomly rotate 90 degrees. So just essentially just mixed it up a little bit. Okay. Let's close some of these. Break these down there. I'm going to go into lighting. I'm going to take off the comp lights. I'm going to add lighting to, there's a whole bunch of different lighting you can put on here. There are a bunch of presets or you can light it yourself. Earlier today I lit it myself and I was pretty happy with it. This will be none. Everything kind of looks bland. It's got no life to it. So you can hit on a single light. That's not going to do very much. The clean blue. Hang on. Got to change it back to full render. So that's now the clean blue look. That's a warm look. Okay. Spot view. Spot blue, which I don't like. Sunset. Uh, Dramatic. Is yeah, okay. Cinema. The one I'm going to use is this red one. I think looks pretty cool to it. Any additional lighting? We're going to bring the brightness down to about there. Then I'm going to go down to ambient inclusion. We'll turn that on. Then I'm going to hit up the intensity on that to like we'll put way up there. Okay. Should probably hit a glow effect. Oh, fog. Yeah, enable fog. Why the hell not? And then glow. Enable glow. That should light up the windows. Okay. So now if we go back to our so it looks like a pretty neat city. That's how far into the video we are. Probably pretty far. Okay. So right now we'll stop it from there and then do the fly through on the next video.